All right, man, welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Monday. We are here in Scottsdale in the backyard, pool in the background.
Ooh, we're
joined by Scottsdale resident.
Yeah.
Paul Bissonnette.
Yeah, transplant from Canada. They allow me to stay here. I don't have a green card, though, so I have to keep working. Actually, yeah, I keep a shackle on my leg, and Dave Portnoy forces me to work here.
That's what that shackle is?
Yeah. Anytime I'm not working, it starts zapping. It's like a bark collar,
There you
but
go.
for biz.
Welcome
great
back,
to see
Biz.
you. Great to see all three of you. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys are buzzing. Sorry about the Patty Kane trade.
Dude, I'm not over it.
Sorry I couldn't join you. I know I had TNT, but overall you guys are crushing it. The big office is moving there. You guys are going to keep rolling. And the fact that we have this topic, and I was invited back to another dog walk, although I still am very confused about the rules, I am so fucking pumped to be here.
No, Biz, no bullshit. Chief can contest to this.
Yeah.
I've been saving this topic for you for 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Because the last time you came on, you did the America draft on the 4th of July.
Yes.
Remember that?
We were talking about
I still
let's have a Canadian do the
think I
American.
didn't know the rules by the end of it.
But you did well. I remember. Like some people are completely out of it. You did well. So
Okay.
I've had this in the chamber. I'm waiting. We need Biz. Last year I tried, and I think you were on tour with a Whitney thing or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Pink Whitney tour.
Yeah,
that was a blast.
Well, there was one time we're like, well, why don't we just, like, we're trying to come up with topics. Like, let's do a Bachelor Party one. It's like, nope. Like, that's your business isn't available, so we got to wait 2 more years until we get it.
I was so when you guys said the subject, my buddy told me, Jeff Jacobson. I said, "Fuck, I am so fired up." It just reminds you of one of those boys' weekends that you get overexcited for, and like the build up to it. The group chat is starting to get like
buzzing,
for like a week leading up, and then you just go there and blow your load first night, and then everybody's in shambles.
Yeah,
and then you spend the rest of the time picking up the pieces. So I'm excited.
We haven't even said what the exact topic is.
Okay.
So people read it on the people. No, it's good.
No,
people
it's
read
teasing
it on the podcast headline. So here's what it is. It's Bachelor Party, and the 5 categories are going to be a destination, an activity, a dream guest, the worst guy on the Bachelor Party, and then a song. So pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting. Obviously, I think we're a little unfamiliar with some of the places north of the border, but I know there's some heavy hitters.
I don't want to be too predictable, but yet in some cases want to pay homage to Canada.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
So let's keep that in mind. But so for those of you who have never listened to this and maybe they're coming over from our platform, can you explain the dog walk one more time? And even for me?
Yeah, for sure. So
we got to explain it to our...
It was more so for me. But I'm using my Canadian followers.
We have to do this for our marketing team all the time, too. So don't worry about it.
Of course. So like I said, I gave out the categories. The topic is Bachelor Party. You get one of each category. You could take them at any time. It's 5 rounds. So
I'm rock hard right now. I have a full raging boner ready to go. Sorry.
So it doesn't matter. If you're behind Dave and Dave takes destination and you want to go worst guy, you could take it whenever. 5 rounds, so you get one of each. That's really it.
All right.
Simple as can be.
Okay.
I am going to say I'm pretty intimidated by you being here right now for this particular draft because I'm sure you have been on, like, all my buddies are just fucking normal assholes and we don't have unlimited budgets. You had at least a hockey budget, you know?
Yeah, okay. So I've seen all spectrums of it, which I'm very grateful for. Just like when I started my career in the ECHL, like I wasn't this spoiled brat who was drafted in the first round, never saw a fucking bus ride in a sleeper bus and ate a soggy sub after games, right? I grinded at the Cockroach Motels. So I'm excited to give you guys my opinion on what I think is best. Maybe excite you and get you fired up to go somewhere.
I got
different.
one coming up. So,
but who gets to go first?
So we're gonna draw numbers here. So I'll do it in a second. I want to say too, one of my favorite Chiclet stories is when you guys had Ferraro was his name. I know he's a Chicago guy. He's like
Nello Ferraro.
Guy. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, he had a month-long bachelor party.
Yes, he did. I don't even believe at the time I'd ever met him. I simply just interviewed him on the podcast, and he invited me. They rented this ridiculous house. It must have been a $20-30 million home in Lake Tahoe.
Oh, Jesus.
And they just, some guys would come in for 4 days. A couple of them were degenerates and stayed for the full month. You know, they went start to finish. And I just couldn't make time for it. But definitely respect that. I don't know what you do on a month-long bachelor party. You might want to question whether you want to get married if you want to be married to an old lady that long. But
I think his reasoning was, hey, no fucking excuses. Don't say you can't make it. You got 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a great fucking philosophy.
That's right. That's right. Because hey, as you
you're
know,
busy. We'll catch you next week.
And I would say that you've probably been on the same number as bachelor parties
How
as
old are
me.
you?
I'm 38 now. Just turned 38.
34, so probably about the same.
Yeah.
We've done
Yeah.
weddings, I'm sure.
Because they start to really tail off now at this age. 'Cause
I haven't been
everybody-
on one since pre-pandemic.
The one
I
I'm
don't
going
think.
on, it's at the end of April. It's a second marriage, so that's my age group now. We're
We're
round two.
yeah.
Round,
He just
yeah,
really
round
likes
two.
the bachelor party,
Round
so
two.
he's
Round
going to be
two.
tuning in already
Yeah.
planning his divorce.
Double. All right, we could do the order then.
Let's go.
all right, so Biz, Tom is going to put a number behind his back. It's going to be 1 through 4. What number do you think it is?
3.
Chief.
2.
What in the fucking heck?
I'm going in the order that we sit typically. It's not 3.
That was a curveball. I'm not gonna lie.
He got it? All right, Chief, you got it.
I'll go first overall.
All right, White Sox Dave, 1 through 3.
3. 2.
All right, 1 or 2 to me? 1. All right, I'll go 3. So you're last, Biz.
Okay, sure.
But so you get
That doesn't
back-
scare me.
No. You
You
get
get first
back
pick
to
in round
picks.
2. First pick, round 2 is you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it goes back. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Snake.
You
Yeah.
get back-to-back picks. That's
Yeah,
nice.
I like that.
It's all
Yeah.
coming back to me now.
Oh, don't get him started.
It's all coming back to me.
That's one of my go-to songs, Biz.
Is it?
Do you know we're
For
getting
the-
touch
for-
tunes for the
for
new
touch
office?
tunes, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Before we get into it, though, I do want to talk about the sponsor of today's show, and that is Miller Lite, okay? The NFL draft is coming up. Where are we going to go with that number 9 pick? It's anyone's guess, obviously. We've seen some wild selections over the years. But there's one selection that every football fan can share, and that's an ice-cold Miller Lite. Miller Lite knows that beer lovers want their beer to taste like beer, and that's why they brew a beer. A light beer, I should say, that's light on calories but not on taste. Because what's the point of having a beer if you can't taste it? We could say that over and over again. There's so many light beers. You guys know which ones I'm talking about too. That just don't taste like beer. That it's like a watery thing that they call light beer, and it's not what you need. It's not what you want. So go with Miller Lite when you are looking for a nice beer. And till kickoff comes around again, enjoy the beer that tastes like the season. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/redline, or let's be honest, you can pick up Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Enjoy some Miller Lites tonight while you watch the national championship, and enjoy this draft. All right, let's get into it.
You know what's coming back to me? Actually, I don't think we've spoke since. Is when you went up to that famous person who was rooting for both Chicago teams.
Cusack. Yeah, we don't
I
do
know.
that. That's
that
against the rules.
got really serious real quick, eh?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was just walking up to him to bust his balls a little bit, but then he got pissed, so in turn I got pissed, and we had to,
That's the one where you go, you know what? I guess I can understand why some people might hate Barstool.
No, that's why people love Barstool.
You know what?
Correct.
Cusack escalated that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
he made it. He made it. a
Which
thing.
I kind of love. I
Yeah.
love about
Well,
it.
he
I
went
love.
on
Did you challenge him to a rough and rowdy?
No, I found out shortly after he's like a 12th degree black belt psychotic motherfucker.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
I don't wanna fight.
Steven Seagal, he knows all the Kyle
Yeah,
McGraw.
yeah.
He did go on like a 72-hour like Twitter rampage about him.
He
too.
did.
Yeah.
But he's like,
Jesus.
you know, Danny Trejo is
No.
the actor.
You would know him if you
He sounds cool.
If you saw him, he's been in a bunch of shit. You'd know him right away.
Okay.
if you saw him.
Yeah.
And he said, like, he's been to prison. He's been around some hardcore dudes. And he said the person that he was, like, not most afraid of, but the biggest wild card he'd met was Cusack because there was nothing behind those eyes.
You think?
Okay. So there was a couple guys I fought against in the minors who had that,
Yeah.
where they just like looked at you and they can look through your soul. Where,
Yeah.
Really, Cusack?
That's,
I mean, I didn't
know
sniff
and he,
it
and
out
also
there.
maybe never expected either.
Right.
Like as a random.
Yeah.
He had a face mask on too to like hide his identity.
I think it was because of COVID.
Well, that too. But I would imagine he was just standing out and like
We
public.
should
He's
give
very
you
recognizable.
a bat to like handicap the match. Like you
I
you
wouldn't
got-
need a bat. I would just need a couple
A handgun?
2, 3. What's your guys' new beer?
Big deal,
Big
Bruce.
deal. I would need
Yeah.
a couple liquid courage. Big deal.
Yeah,
brews
and a
in me,
bag of
and-
blow.
Yeah.
Just
That's
like
a good
get-
point
get-
about Cusack. Though.
Get
You're
coke tough.
The fight's probably over before you know you're in a fight because you don't see it coming from him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
True.
We might as well tell a quick hockey story about kind of those dark guys. Josh Gratton.
Oh,
I
he was
play
in
with
that documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the one you're thinking of?
I can't.
Trashers?
No.
Ice Gladiators.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Ice Guardians.
Ice Guardians.
Ice Guardians.
Yeah.
But
He's
he was
scary.
the guy where he would just the way he was able to coil and throw, but that yet take punishment at the same time. And even if you would get hit rock hard, no, not me. Fuck
I
that.
was
He
gonna
was the
say.
one guy I got to avoid. But he fought a guy on the Chicago Blackhawks, and I forget what. But he basically gets knocked out and drops down like a booty shake, and then pops right back up like a marionette, and then he just keeps fucking chucking away, and even to the point where he got cut before. It was probably a half an inch deep, and it just didn't bleed. It's just this guy was
He's a robot.
It was one of those
He
guys
had, like,
where
scary facial hair too. Like,
after the
he's-
bar, if you ended up picking him as the guy that you'd want to go if you were being a hero, you were gonna go home in a fucking.
You drew the
body
wrong
bag.
straw.
Yeah,
For
wrong
sure.
straw. Shout out to Josh Gratton.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Everyone
let's
needs
do
those
it.
guys, especially on a bachelor party.
No, you don't want to run into
You're
those
going
guys.
first here.
Chief, you
Yeah.
can lead us off.
All right, it's super chalk. It's destination. It's Vegas.
God
It has to go first overall. It's got everything. If you're a club guy, which I'm not really a big club guy, but they got the club thing. Everybody can do it on a bachelor party. I love to gamble. The gambling's a thing. The pool parties are plenty of chicks. It's great. It's just like it checks every single box. Relatively cheap to get to, flight wise for everybody. So
You got the Hooters Hotel. Now
I can
it's
do
the
that.
Ohio.
Yeah. Yep.
And you can do it super fucking cheap
Yep.
if you want to just allocate all your money to gambling.
Yep. Shout out the Strat Tricklets Cup. Had a nice time there. $25 tables. So yeah, Vegas has to go first overall for this. I feel like.
Now, does anybody else feel like Vegas is kind of it's
Nope.
moving down the rankings for
100%
bachelor parties?
it's moving down the
Yes.
But it's still number one.
And really?
I think so.
And it's so based on what you get, so overpriced.
Yeah.
I feel like you're mostly confined. Are we talking wintertime or summertime?
We're talking wintertime.
Which is hard.
We're talking springtime.
Okay,
springtime.
so the pools are now open.
Pools are open, but it's not like super hot.
But it's anytime.
I just think the real estate's very expensive. Where if you have 12 guys and you want to get a table, next thing you know, you're getting bent over and you're getting at least a $5K minimum. And
Yeah.
it's just like the bank account starts dwindling.
Yeah. You're right. No, you guys bring up good points, but I do think that it is still like it's known for that. It is the chalk pick, and I feel like I love gambling.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. Like that's like I'm not like I'll get bored of a lot of the activities in other places. Like I had another destination if I didn't get the first pick where it's also gonna be kind of gambling related. I love being able to just roll out with table games. Like you always have something to do. You go change, you sit down for a little bit. Like it's just, you have like constant excitement.
I feel like there's a lot of disagreements on what to do, though. If I'm not a club guy, I'm not a day pool guy,
Yep.
I'm not this. Like, there's.
I think that excellent point because I've been
There's
on a
too much to
large
do.
bachelor party. I think 22 to 25 guys in Vegas, and then you never felt like the entire group was together, right? So you're talking.
I don't see what the issue is
Yeah.
with that though. That's like
everybody comes back with different stories and you do dinner. Like it's I kind of like
Okay,
that too.
fair.
Yeah.
All right.
7:00 res, meet there at 6:45 or whatever. Like, I think that Vegas, for all the reasons that you listed, it is the number one pick for this draft. But everything that you said is a negative. Like, I would not want to. I would expect to go to Vegas knowing I'm going to get bent over by table minimums, overpriced drinks. Unless you're gambling, you can drink free. But like overpriced steaks, whatever. You go to if I should I ever walk the plank of marriage, that societal prison, then Vegas is the only option for a bachelor
See,
party.
Vegas.
I don't want to go anywhere else.
Vegas is one of those things, though. If it's like a core guy, it's one of your main guys. Like, you're all about spending that dough.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, maybe it's a little bit of a fringe guy, and it's like, fuck, like that's really.
And what it does in order to it eats you up and spits you out.
Yes.
You're leaving
Yeah.
that with just feeling like a complete.
Yes.
But that's kind of the thing.
But it's Vegas. It's
Yeah.
definitely first round worthy. I think it might be a little bit more split down the middle than you think, though. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I would. It was on my.
Yeah, it has to be.
It was on my top three.
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
there's golf there too. Like if you want to do the golf thing. Like,
All right.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, White Sox, Dave.
All right. I am probably the worst guy in this entire draft because I haven't really done any major destination bachelor parties myself. So I'm kind of going off of what I would want to do and my expectations of like a destination bachelor party. Should I have my own bachelor party, ideally it would be in Vegas, and ideally it would be for a Bears versus Raiders game. You hit that like noon game on Sunday, but you have the rest of that. I would want to go Friday through Monday. So
you're talking football game?
Yeah, away football or
sporting
baseball game.
sporting event.
Sporting event. Yeah.
So you're going activity.
Activity, yes.
Okay, so
I would
sporting
want,
event.
but I will say this, like, because Vegas is like the only option for me for where I would want to have my bachelor party. I kind of want it to be activity list. Like, I don't want to be like, okay, 8 a.m. we're golfing, and then at noon we're going to get lunch, and then like, I want it to be a free for all.
Yeah.
And I want people to be like, oh shit, Johnny got fucking arrested. It's like, oh,
that's
see
Johnny's
him
fault.
on Monday.
Yeah.
You know. Like, that's the kind of bachelor party I want. I want chaos. I don't want schedule and like, oh.
But yet, then you're
tasting.
picking
Like,
the
fuck that.
sporting event as the activity. Now, saying that
Yes.
you would
Because
rather
I have
have
to pick a
you would
activity.
rather not have an activity.
A baseball or football game I could absolutely live with, but like
Yeah.
if you try to get me to go fucking wine tasting, like I'm like, don't even schedule
And
it because I don't want to do it.
I will say that we get DMs, I don't know.
I get them like 5 times a week.
10 a week. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy amount being like, I'm coming to Chicago for a bachelor party. What should we do? We're already doing a Cubs game. So I feel like that is like everybody kind of does that.
But it's city specific though. Like
Yeah,
Cubs
definitely.
is a no brainer if you come to
Yeah.
Chicago.
I've never been to a Cubs game.
Oh, you got to come out.
Yeah,
Right,
come
yeah.
to
Opening day is Thursday.
Might
You're
be
gonna
a
be in
little
town.
Is it
You
at
should wait
Wrigley?
for the summer. Wait
Yeah.
for the summer.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. I
hot
am
dogs.
flying.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's opening day.
We'll talk about that after. I don't want to
Yeah,
boycott
yeah, yeah.
this whole thing.
Yeah,
Or we're not boycott. What's the word I'm looking for?
Protest it.
No, fuck
No?
it. Let's just move
Derail
on.
it. Yeah.
My
All right.
vocabulary is not
Yeah,
very
yeah,
big.
yeah,
I
it's
get
all right.
jammed up on words a lot.
I think sporting events is a
Me too,
solid
dog.
pick, Dave. I think it's a solid.
Yeah.
It's for me. It's the only pick because it's the only activity I'd
Really?
like, want
Wow.
to do. If you try to get me to do a bunch of different shit on my bachelor party, I'm like, fuck off. I'm going to sit on the tables and win them all my money back.
Well, that's
responsibly that I lost last night.
I'm up next, and that's my pick.
What is it?
Activity. I'm going with gambling.
Yep.
Because you took Vegas, you didn't get into it near enough. There's nothing better than being with the boys on a hot black.
Oh, it's the
table.
best.
Oh,
You got
the
everybody's got the
action.
button downs on.
You sound
and
like
everyone's
Merle's
Yeah, you
right
got a
now.
nice jacket. You slick back
Yeah,
the hair, and
everyone's-
you actually look presentable for once.
Everyone's going nuts because I mean,
I'm not a huge gambler.
Okay.
That's very low on my list, but I see the joy that Whit and Merles talk about all the time. They talk about some of their best moments together. They involve, sure enough, Vegas and a craps table
Yep.
and swimming and throwing chips in the air and just being obnoxious in the casino itself.
for sure, yeah. And like you said, craps too. Another electric game. If your whole bachelor
Yeah.
party takes over the table, it's you can't beat it.
Whit
You
was
can't beat it.
when we did that Chicklets Cup out there. He was like the hottest gambler in the world.
Oh.
Like he was hitting fucking everything.
When we first got there.
yeah.
Was it
And
on
then I
craps
think he
table?
gave it all back.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't. Well, that's
They
how
always-
it works.
dude,
but
him and Merles.
I think
It
the first
doesn't
couple
matter how much
nights-
they're up.
yeah.
They're always going to give it back.
Yeah.
Whit hammers though too.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
hammers.
Yeah, I don't really gamble much, boys.
Yeah.
I
Just
can't-
not your
it
vice.
scares the fuck
Yeah.
out of me.
Yeah.
Those guys are like fearless, him
Yeah.
and Merles.
Yeah.
Especially Merles for what he makes and what he's throwing down. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
ow,
Yeah.
hurts me.
He's got all that Swedish healthcare though, so he's fine.
Yeah,
Or even if
Yeah.
you're even if your bachelor party, say it's wherever, now there's sports books wherever, you go down there, everybody throws in a little bit of money, you do a parlay, and
Yep.
everyone's going nuts, everyone's rooting for it. We got this puck line, we got this
Yeah.
run line, like let's go, we need this to hit.
Okay.
We got tagged in a tweet, I think the Barstool main account, where they had 10 guys on a bachelor party and everybody took a bet for the first round of the tournament and they all hit. So it was $10 to win like 20 grand. And
Could make the whole party.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So like
whole
10 guys
weekend.
split 20 grand. So
Are you
what's going
guys
on?
just like strictly doing booze on these bachelor parties, or are you guys doing like anything else?
Well, hey, I mean, if you want to take that as your
Joey Diaz
activity,
gonna be there
I
or
mean,
not?
Well, I'm trying to get you where your mind frame's at, because the gambling, it's pretty laid back. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
chill.
Can
You're
be,
just sitting
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm just a booze guy.
See,
Yeah. Typically.
especially out of this group, I would say I don't like to just have a couple beers. I like to go hard.
Yeah, you
and
like to
we'll leave
floor
it
it.
at that. And especially if I'm in that sort of
Responsibly.
setting, like I can turn that switch where I wake up, start drinking, I drink the entire day.
Okay.
He
And
gets,
that's what I want to do.
I've known
That's-
him for like 10 years now. He gets a look in his eye. And you're like, oh, Dave's in the abyss. Dave
Yeah.
has gone to the abyss.
All right.
And I'll wake up and I'll still be kind of sorta in the abyss in that little gray area, and I'll
so
have no
okay, so
problem
that
going
okay, so
to bed.
that I'm gonna.
And I don't need any PEDs for that, if you know what I mean.
So I'm gonna go activity too to follow you up.
Okay.
So
All
I'm
right,
gonna
make your
I'm
pick.
gonna say that first morning is the one where you're gonna suffer the most, because everybody's so excited for the build up, and then everybody floors it that first night, whatever you do. So you always wake up with a tight domer. I would say when you're booking accommodations, do so at a place where you have a spa, a place where you can have a cold tub, steam room, sauna. Nobody wants to go hiking or buy into maybe like a yoga class or any type of severe movement. I want to go down in my robe. I want the shock of the cold water. I want to get in the steam room so your nostrils going again. I mean, depending on what you're doing on these bachelor parties, obviously that depends on whether you need the steam room. But then the sauna to like warm you up, get the shit out, get the toxins out, back in the cold tub, and then leave there feeling rejuvenated, ready to go, hit the ground running. Because like when we do our bachelor parties, we're on the move. It's go, go, go. It's party all night. It's vodka Red Bulls, or at least it used to be. I've slowed down a bit.
Eating hoop.
But it's 3 days of like you land and it's pedal to the metal. So I think that especially at my age, what did you say?
I said eating hoop.
Eating hoop, buddy. It's a fucking cage match. You land, it's 3-day cage match, and then you're out of there. Your best bet is to make sure you take care of yourself on that first morning after the boys go way too hard based on what they should have maybe marathon, not a sprinted it. No, we sprinted it.
Yeah, Biz. I've never done that on a bachelor party. I fucking love that pick. That's a next level thought, and I just did that like the.
Buddy, you're in the steam room in the sauna talking with the boys and just like going through the night again, and you're getting out of the suffering together. Oh, come on.
And I just did that like that whole routine, and I did like a sensory deprivation tank too, like a couple weeks ago, just so I got to get right after a long week Sunday. It felt great. I like that in the middle. I didn't even occur to me. That's a fucking great.
Now,
pick.
here's the thing too. Everyone likes the morning after recap as well. You sit around, everyone recaps the night. It's probably 10% better if the boys are just in the fucking steam.
Yeah.
Well, knowing that you're actually preparing yourself for that day instead of being like,
more stories.
my head. Bro, if you're the guy just listening to the story, stretch out your quads in the sauna, get the hip flexors going, embrace it, do some deep breathing, get the nostrils, get some oxygen to your brain again. Fuck, nobody's hungover after that.
Now, is there a little bit of a difference here, though? Because I don't know how many of the boys listening, are going to be going to places with these accommodations. So I'm concerned about.
So I think that it should be a strong consideration, and in most cases, when we're doing these bachelor parties above like 10 to 12 guys, we get a pool going ahead of time, so certain things are maybe taken care of.
Yeah.
Where are we all staying so we're close together?
Yep.
The first couple meals will be paid for. Maybe the third one, it's not expected that everyone's there. But if you're the one guy who doesn't end up making it, we don't want to all shift our plans. Like, your money's in the pot. If you show up, you get to enjoy the dinner. If you don't, you fucking forfeited your whatever, $150 for that meal.
Yeah, and even on that note, I know they have the like hangover IV shit now.
Yeah.
Like
so if you could somehow swing that into that whole experience, that's obviously an upgrade. Not sure if you're going to find that. I think the natural elements of this, the cold tub, the steamer, the sauna would be good enough. Make sure somebody is a designated guy who's finding a hotel that has that, and everybody chips in to cover his experience.
All right.
Right? The guy who's have to prepare everything, you got to take care of him.
Yeah.
I wish you didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a rule.
He does all that for
all the
trips.
Restaurants, all that. That's legwork. That's that's like hiring a secretary.
Thank you, Biz. I've been doing this for this whole trip, and they're just treating me like a bag of shit.
Get Eddie a meal or two, for fuck's sake. Get him a nice bottle of vino.
Yeah. We'll see what happens when we get
Thanks,
back.
Biz. I appreciate it.
So I got activity. I was second.
Yep.
You got
you're up
now.
again,
You're up
Biz.
again.
You got the snake draft.
What were the other topics again?
All right, so you could either go destination, dream guest, worst guy, or song here.
Okay, dream guest.
Okay.
We joked about it beforehand about how Nello had the month long, so there was no excuses. Unfortunately, we're all getting older. There's always going to be one guy who has bigger responsibilities who's going to miss it. And it sucks because if it's one of your boys that you want there to be there for that experience before you send off to your to get married or to prison, as you like to put it. So the magic card of getting the guy who was unable to attend, get him there.
Oh, well, it was more like famous person.
Yeah, like
I understand, and I had a backup if you were going to tell me that.
I
but
mean,
you said, what was the term you used? You said
yeah.
the magic what?
The
dream guest.
Like the dream guest.
Yeah.
Dream guest. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dream, right?
Guy who could have made. Yeah, I mean, hey.
When I heard dream
creative.
guest,
I like it.
If I'm being forced to pick a guy, it would be at my age, I like to smoke weed more, so I would like to have Seth Rogen and also a fellow Canadian, and I'd like to just fucking have some laughs and pick his brain.
Yeah.
And I think he likes a lot of other drugs too, like especially psychedelics. So maybe he would be the guy I end up getting lost with. So famous person Seth Rogen, dream guest, your buddy who couldn't by chance make it that week.
Have you met Seth Rogen before?
No, never met him.
Okay.
What do you guys
Is he a
think?
hockey fan?
I don't think he's a crazy hockey fan, like massive fandom, but I think he probably likes hockey.
Yeah,
He's from like BC, I think, right? So
Yes.
Yeah, he's from.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought I'd go off the board with that one. You seem a
Western
little,
Canada.
little judgy with that one, Eddie.
No judgy. I was just making sure you know.
Yeah.
You said before you're like, hey, I don't know all the parameters, so let me know. I was just trying to help you out.
Yeah. Well,
But I
guess
mean-
you're gonna hijack my dream. Just keep hijacking.
The guy who didn't make it, or Seth Rogen. What do you think, Dave?
I would just keep it at Seth Rogen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fine. You fine with that, Biz?
Sure.
All right. Seth Rogen. All right, back to me. Hey, let's take another quick break because I want to talk about RHOBACK Activewear. Listen, we're doing the Bachelor Party Draft right now, and I promise you guys there is no better gear to pair with the Bachelor Party than RHOBACK. I mean, look at right here. I got the performance polos here. These things are great. I got the 312 polo right here. Sorry for the crinkle in the microphone. But if you're watching on YouTube, this thing's beautiful. It's sick. It is all the Chicago prints within, you know, street signs, Wrigley marquee, Ferris wheels. It's got it all. Go check that out. It's a dry fit, very nice material that's going to be great for the golf course. So if you're golfing for a bachelor party or whatever you're doing, go look into those polos. They're awesome. Also, they have the performance joggers. They just restocked them. They're the most comfortable thing on the planet. You're not going to want to miss out. They're functional, versatile, and comfortable. And these joggers check off every box. Also, the performance hoodie, you know, maybe it's a little cold on the course. I got that in my bag of tricks here today, too. If you're watching on YouTube, this thing is light, but it's like they always use the word versatile, and it's the truth. There really is. You just feel light on your feet, and you'll be good to smack that ball 300 yards. Go get some RHOBACK with the performance joggers and the performance hoodies. It's just a super comfortable combo. We all love it here at Barstool Chicago, and obviously all Barstool in general. The polo, the joggers, the hoodie, and of course the hat I'm wearing right now. You can't beat that. Quadfecta, is it a word? I know trifecta is a word, but is quadfecta a word? I don't know. Regardless, get ready for spring with RHOBACK. Use code DOG on RHOBACK.com for 20% off your first purchase. That's RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all performance hoodies, joggers, and polos with code DOG. And RHOBACK cuts these off at the end of the week for the most part, so make sure you're getting in now. Go do that, RHOBACK.com. 20% off on your first purchase with your code DOG. All right, let's get back into the draft. I'm going to go destination. This is definitely... It hurts me personally that I'm going to pass up on a certain place, but I'm going to go with a bigger one. I'm going to go with New Orleans. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to hear the breakdown as to why
I haven't been to
New Orleans.
so I don't know.
What a filthy place, by the way. I've never even been there.
In a good or bad
I
way?
feel filthy talking about it.
But that's
never
the
been?
but that's
I
the
haven't
beauty
either.
of it. Is there anything clean about a guy's weekend like that? No.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
want to get a little scuzzy.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's not. They have it all. Bourbon Street, anything goes.
Live
You
music, good food, a ton of
Legitimately.
trouble to get into.
You
Yeah.
could do whatever you want on Bourbon Street besides fight or bring a glass bottle onto the street.
I
That's
was
it.
going to say,
So
you
they'll
can
give
just
you
take
walkers,
beer
right?
from beer
What?
or
They'll
bar
give
to
you,
bar.
they'll give you a cup to go.
They'll give you,
right?
they'll give you a
Yeah.
plastic cup.
This would be any weekend, or would it be during Mardi Gras specifically?
Any weekend. We used to go for our my frat's formals, and so we're talking. You're just bringing like 50 guys down there, and it was just always mayhem. So I've done like the big group before. I've never done an actual bachelor party there, and it's a fantastic place to do it. You know,
I can see that. It was
Yeah.
on like all the lists I Googled.
It's-
It's like top two or
Seems
three.
cost affordable as
Yeah.
well.
yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
not. It's,
cheap,
it's a little
yeah.
cheaper, and there is one casino you could dabble in that a little bit. I love NOLA for that aspect. It's just it's a dirty, just fucking pull up your shirt to your elbows and just get after it. It's awesome.
Scuzz.
So,
Scuzz. That's
Scuzz.
like I
I
want.
feel
Scuzz
like
for
you
my
have a lot of
bachelor party.
scuzzy listeners who are going to love that.
Oh
pick.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't have any
Oh.
fucking upstanding citizens that listen to us.
So I'm
And I
happy.
mean
to
that in
go.
a good way.
So you have been there?
Yes,
So
multiple times.
what else besides booze? Can you gamble there? Is it a
Yeah,
big-
there's a casino right
Penn
like
casino.
within
I think
a mi-
that's in Lake Charles, I believe.
No,
Oh,
but
is
there's another one that's not us, but It's there free. It's at your
Anything else
disposal.
are you doing off the board? I would imagine that these hidden gem restaurants are incredible and food that you've never really
I'm
had
sure the
before.
food
Obviously, I got
Yeah.
the gumbo, everything like that, the jambalaya.
Are you
so-
pissing out of your ass by the end of the weekend, though?
Yeah, I don't really, that's not really my thing. But if it's there for you, if you want it, you know what I mean.
What, pissing out of your ass?
Well, I try not to when I can, but pissing out of my ass not for anyone probably, right? No one likes.
Well, I
to
just
piss out of
imagine
their
all
ass.
that alcohol and then
Yeah.
the spicy
Well, that's what I'm
gumbo
saying. So,
and
like, yeah.
like
like the gumbo and shit. Like I don't really get into that. I
You're
guess.
not- yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like part of the reason that's next up on my to-do list is to get to New Orleans because I've never been there and I just
Yeah.
know that I'd love the
I
food.
do want to try it out. I do want to go back and kind of.
what are those things for heartburn that you take? Those pills?
The
Tums?
Tums.
Tums.
Yeah.
That's a Tums trip.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a Tums trip.
Yeah.
100%.
You're right about
Yeah.
that.
Costco-sized Tums.
Yeah. You need the big one. You need.
Okay, New Orleans.
You need to check that. Put it on.
That might be a place that I never go.
Really?
Dude.
If I could pick a big city in the States that I know I'll never, ever go to, it would probably be there.
Yeah, I guess there's no.
Yeah.
No hockey
reason
down
unless
there.
you want to
Yeah,
go to like the Super
exactly.
Bowl or something.
All right, Nola's off the board. White Sox Davey Rob.
So this happened the last two bachelor parties, and I'm going to go with the last guy, and this really bugged me, even though I couldn't verbalize
You're
it.
going with the guy on the trip.
I'm going
one?
with the worst guy, the guy that brings his dad. I'm sorry, I don't need a dad there. I don't need a dad there. I want to get into trouble. I like to act like I don't get into trouble around any parents and, fake it till you make it and bullshit and be nice and polite and shake
You're
hands.
saying the guy who's having the bachelor
Yes,
party
the
bringing
bachelor bringing his dad.
Wow,
Brothers,
what a pick.
brothers count.
So you
but-
know you're legitimately saying the Bachelor is the worst guy.
I'm fully aware.
The guy
Don't-
who,
you're-
like, if it weren't for him, this party ain't happening.
dads don't belong on bachelor parties. I'm sorry.
Listen, I get your logic, and I don't necessarily hate that. I'm just saying I think there's a lot worse guys than that.
Have you had an
I think it depends
Yeah,
on the dad.
the last
too.
couple I've been on, it's like because I'm like, and it was with a couple buddies that I knew. I'm like, oh, we're about to burn this city to the fucking ground, and it's like, oh, I'm like, man, we're not gonna burn it to the ground. It's like you get that sinking feeling in your stomach, like fuck. It's
A
like
little bit of a buzzkill.
It's a
Yeah.
disappointment, because you can't get into everything you want to get into it at a bachelor party. Where there's like rules don't exist when there's a dad around.
Give me an example of something you would want to get into that you couldn't.
I mean,
Eating hoop?
perhaps.
But what is it? Like that's.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna do all the same shit.
I
You
mean,
just
I'm
mentioned.
trying not to tip picks, but
Yeah.
obviously strippers, strip clubs, shit like that. Like
Yeah.
that's.
I think
probab-
I don't hate the logic or the pick. I think it depends on the dad.
But,
Sometimes
like,
dads like
yeah,
they're
they
animals.
get
And they haven't
for
been
sure.
let out of their cage in a while.
For sure, but like the chances are that you get a dad that like a son will be comfortable with getting. He's not going to be,
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
all the
tagging abroad together.
extracurriculars. Right.
Hey, they're tagging her. The old father-son combo.
Yeah.
Love you, Pop. We're going out in style.
Interesting, Dave. I don't hate it, but I also
There are a lot of bad
yeah.
dudes on
Yeah.
the bachelor party.
I feel bad
but
for your buddies who listen, who brought their old mans. It's just
Yeah.
like you're throwing them right under the
They're
bus.
going to be listening, and I'm sorry. Like
That means their dad
Sorry, I hate
sucked
your dad.
on the trip.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily sucked, but like they were present, and I had to watch my language and stuff like that.
Did you have
Who said that? The guy said that?
No, they didn't even say that. It's just like I do that out of respect for my elders, more or less.
Maybe it'd be more respectful. to
Sounds
treat
like you
one
were
of the
in
boys.
your own head about it
Yeah.
too much, where you probably could have let loose, and those
Yeah,
old
like, you're
guys
not-
wouldn't have gave a fuck.
You're not.
They
16
might have been
anymore.
joining in on
No,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm an adult. I can act as I want.
I will say this though. You're right. I know. There's this.
You got to
classic-
button yourself up a little more.
There's a classic story from my friend group where I actually wasn't at this bachelor party, and there were strippers there, and for some reason the stripper kept pulling everyone's pants down, and so like they kept seeing like each other's dicks and shit.
That's fucking
And
weird.
a dad was there, and she pulled the dad.
No,
and everyone,
no.
Dude,
No,
I swear to
you
God.
see what
you
I
were
mean?
there.
No, I wasn't at this one.
Oh,
I swear.
okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone like still talks about it. They're like, dude, I swear to God, we were 5 seconds away from seeing dad dick. Like everyone was like horrified. They're like, dude, we almost saw his dad.
Like I'd
Just
be
has this
uncomfortable
absolute
being like
weapon in
my
his
dad.
fucking drawers.
William Williams will not
He's
be
like,
at
oh
my
my
bachelor
God,
party.
Dad.
All right.
exactly. So it was.
So don't not that he'd want to be like, I'm not going to that.
all right.
But
Nothing like seeing your stepdad's dick at your bachelor party, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Chief, you're back up.
Yeah, Chief. What do you got?
I'll go activity. I'll go racetrack. So another gambling element pick.
this is
but
a great one.
yeah, I love doing the racetrack because you get a little dressed up. You're drinking. The one that I did it for, it was just back in Arlington, and so you took like the party bus out there. You stay there all day. You're betting the horses. You're looking good. You're and again, like you're not a gambling guy.
That's activity.
That's activity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So wherever you are, if there's a track around, so if you're going to Miami, there's a track. You go to Chicago, there used to be a track. I fucking love the racetrack.
Yeah,
so.
I had Derby and Breeders' Cup.
Yeah.
So same thing. But like Derby's one thing because it's in Kentucky.
I think it's kind of like any track though.
But
like,
Breeders' Cup would be the ideal one because it switches from track to track each year, and you can sometimes it's in like a sweet location for a bachelor party as a whole. Add in you got the Breeders' Cup there. You got that entire Saturday.
Yep.
That'd be an awesome bachelor party. So I love that pick.
I was thinking about, and I haven't even been there, Saratoga.
Supposed to be
as
beautiful.
destination.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pick it, but Keith Yandel, a lot of Boston guys and a lot of New York guys, obviously, because it's in the state of New York,
upstate,
have vouched for this place, saying it's fucking incredible.
It's beautiful.
And the women are just.
I went
you
2
had
summers.
Joel Quenville on before?
No.
Quenville and Deneen like live up there in the summer.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I went 2 summers ago with Dave, and it was miraculous. It was very.
My
nice.
dad says his best there
Just
in Keeneland.
any given weekend.
Yeah.
Rocking?
It's just like so old school.
Yeah, and scenic.
The wooden grandstands and everything. It's like
It's almost
kept its
peaceful.
integrity.
correct. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Horse track's a good pick, especially there's a lot of them to go to. Some of them are historic, like we talked about. You're up again, Chief.
Up again. I don't know how this pick's gonna go over, but I'm kind of like you. I want it to be chaos. I'm taking the hardcore itinerary guy, where it's like we're doing this 45
Fuck
minutes.
that guy.
We're doing, we got this dinner at this time. Like maybe a dinner is fine, and maybe like loose plans. But the guy who's like hardcore, like this is what we're doing. Like every single hour is spoken for. It's like fucking chill.
You're sending Google invites and shit like that. It's like, dude,
relax. Like
get me my hotel and shut the fuck up.
Right, yes.
I'll see you when I see you.
Exactly.
I'm going to get drunk and blow all my money.
yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to have to be like accountable to somebody on this trip, and then if they're pissy if you don't show up, I like to have a semblance, like a loose plan, like an outline, like not a script, maybe an outline.
Biz, do you like this? It looks like you're on the fritz with this pick.
I have sympathy for the guy who is responsible for doing all of it. That's why I think that the guidelines should be set up beforehand where, yes, there's not a full itinerary where each block of time is accounted for.
Right.
There is dinners that everybody would like everybody to be at.
Totally.
If you're too waffled and you don't show up, we got that private room or we got that area booked off because we had a certain minimum. Fuck you, you're not getting your money back. We're going to go have a good dinner.
That's fine. Yeah, I guess it's just like, hey, at 10 a.m. we're doing, or even early, 10 a.m.'s golf. Then we're doing, and it's like everything is accounted for.
Listen, the key word you used was itinerary.
Yeah.
Like listen, this is kind of my role in my friend group, but it's not just a couple anchors. You don't need a full hour to
guideline.
That's a way to put it. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Like hey, during the day, might go to the pool. At night, we're gonna go to dinner. Like in between, there's we're going to this place for lunch. We're gonna get.
You lose the sense of adventure a little bit because you want to have like little open endedness where it's like we don't know where we're gonna end up.
Like my whole thing is on a bachelor party. It should be like a weekend specifically set aside to make stories that you'll be telling about when you're fucking getting away from the wife 10, 20 years from now with the fellas on that one weekend you might have her. She's on a business trip or whatever. You can't do that as well if you have like a set schedule.
I agree.
It needs to be chaos.
There's a balance, but you got to have something though, because you don't want to be the one where it's like, oh, it was his best man. He didn't do shit. We showed up.
Of course,
we all had our thumb in our
There's a
ass. There was
balance,
nothing to do.
I'm talking
we didn't have a table. We didn't have reservations.
Too hard.
We got
I
sipped
think
out.
one
we had PF
really
changed.
nice dinner and one club night are kind of
good
that has to happen.
Or even if it's like if it's like a 3-day thing and you have like one benchmark event per day. I think that's plenty. It's the ones that are like hyper.
Yeah, like to the fucking half hour.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Trying to find guys if they're
Yeah.
White Sox, Dave, you're up.
I'm gonna go with. Should I go? I'll save that one for last because I don't think anyone's touching it. But I'll go with destination. I'll go Nash Vegas.
Okay.
All right.
I knew this
I'm a
would be
huge live music fan. Sit me down with a blues guitarist. That's all I need. There are a million places in Vegas, Nashville. I called it Nash Vegas. Intentionally the first time, but there are a million places in Nashville to do it. You got all the booze in the world. I love Nashville.
Yeah,
the weather's typically good too. And it's such an easy flight from Chicago.
Expected that before Vegas.
Can I be honest? I'm so over Nashville.
I'm a little over Nashville.
I love
too.
Nashville.
Like Nashville, there's cool other spots, but if we're talking Broadway, it's fucking asses to
No,
elbows,
it's.
dude.
I think it's called Printer's Row. Is that it?
Sure, if
Yeah.
you're going like low key, but
The little
thing
side area.
everyone wants to go to Broadway,
Yeah.
and it's fucking asses to elbows, man.
It is.
Like it's so
there
tough.
are more bars there popping up like crazy. I feel like
Yeah,
every
oh,
yeah.
celebrity in town has a bar there.
Yeah.
So even with that influx of amount of bars that have popped up, it's still overrun.
It feels like they're just putting it like who's the country singer? It's like, well,
Toby Keith, I think.
Someone put like there was a bar in the base level, and they're like, we'll take the second and third floors. So it's like the
I'm
same
pretty sure
address,
it's- Toby
but
Keith.
it's like a 3-story building. And I like Nashville. I've been to Nashville a ton.
Same.
It's a fun city. I like.
It just got it kind of jumped the shark. It got a little too popular. That's it. It's not even its own
Yeah.
fault. It's just too many people found out about it, and it just got overrun.
Austin, Scottsdale, and Nashville all hit that too popular
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
that can't really fit the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Like Vegas has the infrastructure
Correct.
as far as size and can sustain all that.
Correct.
Those 3 places are getting jammed up. But I would say that you are going to see beautiful girls there. You're going to get that
You are.
natural energy from the live music.
Yep.
It's at a good enough pace where it's not club, but you're still getting that high energy
Yeah.
environment inside the bars. The one challenge though, it is a Bible Belt, so sometimes some of the girls there, if they are local, it's tough to get laid.
Well,
Tough to get laid.
Well, on that
They rely
exact
on their
no.
morals
Any
more
other
there.
every weekend you're gonna run into like 10 bachelorette parties.
that's the other piece of it.
That's what.
Which is
You know,
a,
bunch
which is
of
a
horny
positive
chicks.
thing because
Yeah.
the single boys can mingle with the single girls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then it's just a fuck vortex.
Yep.
No, you're right.
That's one I hadn't
So
heard
there's a
before
lot of-
that I will be adding to the Rolodex.
There's a lot of positive for Nashville. Oversaturation, I get it, but it
Yeah.
does check a lot of other boxes.
Yeah, it's a strong pick. I'm just saying, like a personal experience.
Yeah. Right.
And like you said, that was one of the that's one of the best pros too. Is the bachelorette parties there? It's like it's got to be the number one most popular.
You get girls in cowboy boots, cowgirl boots, and those
little
you know,
sundresses.
it's
Yep.
overrun
Yeah.
with them.
I think
It's
for
overrun.
seeing and getting to talk to attractive women, bang for your buck, it crushes Vegas.
Oh, totally.
There's mutants
Totally.
in
It's
Vegas.
a different kind of girl too.
Yeah.
Southern Belles.
Yeah.
All right, it's to me. I'm gonna go with worst guy. I'm gonna go with the tightwad. The tightwad, and I'll be more specific. Listen, everyone is in a different spot for sure. Like who makes what and who makes
Yeah,
and who doesn't. And I sympathize with you.
Totally.
Who's ever not in that spot.
It was on
but
my list.
But really, to
Keep
me, it's the guys who aren't really paying their share, making sure that the groom gets fucked up. You know, like everyone, you should find him, make sure he always has a drink. He's always good to go. I feel like they're always that person who just kind of shies away, does his own thing, and is not really kind of chipping in to make sure your buddy has the best time he could have. So the tightwad is my pick.
Yeah, that plays. Yeah, and I had it, and it is like you feel bad.
You feel bad,
But-
yes. I acknowledge that.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things like you know the bachelor party's on the calendar.
Yes.
And I feel like if you're, no matter what you're doing, you could set a little bit aside to be able to participate. So if you don't have money flowing, you gotta start saving and maybe changing your normal weekend routine so you have it for that weekend.
But there's a difference between the tightwad and the person who doesn't have the means, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like that-
totally. Yeah,
the
yeah,
person who's like, oh no, like I want to save this to go buy, you know. a
yeah,
fucking-
that's yeah.
Like you won't
yeah.
gamble.
Yeah, well, yeah, like
That's
sure, if
fine.
you don't want to
That's
gamble,
fine.
that's fine. That's fine.
Go have some fucking fun. I don't
And
think
then
that
I'm
is
saying
fun.
you're getting the
No,
steakhouse.
no.
You're getting a steakhouse bill, and it's like, oh, I didn't have the lobster mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not giving a
yeah,
fuck.
that's
like
tough.
fuck you.
You know how you solve that?
How do you do that?
You make sure the bachelor guy invites like maybe like a fringe guy who's got some dough. And you know
That he'll
he's
throw it
he's
out.
swiping his-
Yeah.
His dad's Amex and it's not really gonna hurt him and he wants to be that guy. But hey, he's a glue guy. He helps the team stick
Yep.
together, right?
Yep. For
So
sure.
you just gotta make sure if you got your eyes on all of it and you're the GM of the bachelor party, you're balancing the scale.
Yeah. Hey, are you?
It's like the Fed, right?
That's why
Interest
Dave's
rates,
inviting
it's like
Portnoy.
balancing it
Yeah.
all. You
Yeah.
need Powell. Get
sure.
Powell on the
Yeah.
Zoom call before you guys head out.
For sure. Biz, back to you.
Okay, so let's go with destination. Montreal. I think
I
you
love
guys see it
Montreal.
coming.
I did, but I want you to lay it on me.
Yeah,
I want
I've
you
never
to tell
been.
me everything
So I
about
figured
Montreal.
most people would be American listening to this.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go to a different country, and you want to be able to go away. And if some of the boys on the trip really want to let loose, at least it's not going to get back home, or you're not going to be bumping in or seeing anybody that you might know. So but in the same aspect, it has this European flair to it. Like it's almost like even if you're from Canada and you're listening, when you go to Montreal, it's like you're in a different country. It just beats different. The clubs are excellent. They're open later. The women are absolutely stunning. And the strip clubs are 20 times better than they are in Vegas.
Really?
Special massage places.
The world breeding lab, like the Wuhan lab of disease, like the Wuhan lab of breeding strippers, has to be just outside of Montreal in one of these factories. Because I used to work at a strip club when I was playing in the American Hockey League called the Sundowner, and you would always know, like when the French girls were in town, and they got everything. They got the beautiful blonde with a tight bun who is in the gym every morning at 6 a.m. and you could bounce a fucking quarter off her ass, and they're doing stuff front row that you're like, what this is even allowed here? Like what? Like I'm in Arizona, the girls got to paint their nipples, so you can get this.
They got to do that in Chicago
ridiculous,
too.
morale boosting strip club vibe, like Chez Perry. There's a bunch of them there. I would recommend, if I can even go one further, saying to do all this, go to Montreal during the F1 race.
Ooh.
Because it just, now you're getting it on acid. So you're getting the great culinary, the great food. You're getting the late clubs where you're just getting this very sexy European vibe. You're, for most people listening in a different country, you can get away with more. And overall, it's just an incredible experience.
Talk to me about exchange rates. How far can my American dollar go there?
I was going to bring that up. I am so happy you brought that up. Currently, right now, it's $1.38.
Wow.
Your $1 US goes $1.30.
That's 38%. That's a lot of money.
That's a shit ton of money, and
that's a lot of money.
A great thing for you to go up there and get to experience all that at a 38% discount.
Yep.
I love it, Biz, and that's the thing. I was waiting for you to do this, and like I said, probably a lot of Americans maybe haven't been there for a bachelor party, but it has that rumble where we know about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like
you know what's popular there? Supper clubs.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
So
Big
you
supper
go there,
club guy.
and then all of a sudden they take everything off the tables, and everybody who's around, all these smoking rockets, will all of a sudden have a few cocktails in them, and things have opened up a little bit. You start interacting.
Hey, look at how you got your toes tapping just thinking about it. Hip swivels, yeah.
But another thing too, it's not. You already have your real estate. You don't have to do this big ordeal move. 20 guys going to another place.
Too.
It turns into a sexy like disco, not over the top. Like more like deep house type shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's making me hard just talking about it. Montreal, put it on the list. You get it at a fraction of the cost. You will see some of the most attractive women on the planet.
Yep.
And even if you have the squarest wheels, you can then go see the hottest women at the strip clubs.
Yeah, so a square wheels guy. I would finish high school in Massachusetts, and we would have the month of March off. And we had one kid that we were friends with from Montreal. So we would always go up and do a weekend before everyone just went home. Yeah, not I was like 17, 18, didn't have any money, but everything was legal. We had the fucking best time up there with no money. And we didn't get any girls because we're 18 and it didn't really work that way for us, at least. Yeah. But we still had like the best fucking time. So I love the Montreal.
Get these dirty Americans away from me.
Yeah. But if you think I couldn't talk to the Vegas girls, the Montreal girls.
That's one over there in the hat. He smells like hot dogs. Get him away.
Yeah, great pick. I'm glad you picked that.
They have Cirque du Soleil there, which is that.
The circus.
The circus.
Yeah.
Sorry,
like
I'm
the
a fucking
arty
idiot. I said it in French. I couldn't remember what
from
it was.
Knocked Up.
So they have activity and things you can also do to keep yourself busy, other than the obvious of gambling, staring at attractive women, going to strip clubs, getting rowdy, staying up late night. You don't want to go somewhere where shit closed down at 2.
No.
Because some guys don't get things started till about 10
sure.
p.m.
Yep.
For sure. All right, Biz, you're up again. You need a song or a worst guy?
Okay, so I'm gonna say worst guy, and it's not the obnoxious drinker and emotional drinker. It's in fact the guy who hijacks the bachelor party by meeting a girl the first night, and next thing you know, she's around the entire fucking trip.
Yeah,
and in some cases, he's getting a little bit too voicey about changing plans up to accommodate his new girlfriend. That now all of a sudden it turned in from a bachelor party to, in fact, his wedding weekend. He just completely hijacked the trip.
Random +1 guy. How do we put that on the?
Yeah, something like that.
Guy who brings girl around.
Yeah, and most of the time it's like that girl has a ring on. She's already married and she's from a different bachelor party or bachelorette party, and she's just completely hijacked.
I wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't allow it. I'd be like, get her the fuck out of here, man. We're on a bachelor party.
But that's the thing. That guy's fallen in love and he's resisting, and now all of a
Fuck
sudden
that
there's
guy.
conflict in the group. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look how fired you are up about him
I'm
already.
pissed right now. I
Exactly.
haven't experienced it, but that's what I'd say. I'd be like, yo, man, we're on a bachelor party. Like, get her the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That happens though. Where it's
I believe
No,
it.
what if
Weekend
she's
girlfriend?
what if she's got like a whole group of friends though that like and the whole group is mingling and like that?
Well,
becomes-
that's a different story.
Yeah,
that's
much
a
different.
If you're saying that all of a sudden he's found 8
Yeah.
girls for the boys,
That's
and you guys are gonna combine like the Power Rangers. Let's go, baby.
rising
Doesn't
tide
that sound
lifts all
baby?
boats. Yeah, yeah,
I like that, Biz.
yeah.
All right, it's back to me. I need a song or a dream guest. Listen, I'm gonna go an absolute legend in the partying game. I'm gonna go with John Daly.
Yeah.
Not even the biggest golf guy, but John Daly's an absolute legend. He'll be sitting there ripping heaters. He'll be sitting on the couch,
Guzzling
right
beer.
next to you, getting fucking lap dances, get the hoop in your face. You know what I mean? He'll just be sitting there like the most chill,
Yeah.
relaxed guy in the world.
He is a guy carrying on earth.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that, man.
I don't think that he would like dominate the party either.
No,
I think
no.
he just wants to
No.
be one of the boys.
He'd
so.
have stories if
Definitely
he
a
wanted.
guy you want to be next to in the strip club because most of the attractive women just want to say they got to rub up against him, right? Because they know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that pick.
Yeah.
John Daly.
He's an all-time legend. Like he's, I wrote a blog about this not too long ago, like maybe a month ago. He's like absolutely on my Mount Rushmore of people I just need to get shit-faced with before I die. In any situation, especially a bachelor party.
Number 1 on my list for this category.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, good. I'm glad I snagged it.
I had
then.
one name for it. Can I pick it?
You're up, so you
You're
can pick it.
I'm gonna go with Ronick.
JR?
Oh.
Based on our ride back, that was our first day, right?
Yeah.
First full day,
It was
it was
way
with
back
you
from the Winter
guys.
Classic at Notre Dame.
You guys took like a $1,300 Uber from South Bend to Chicago. We got stuck on the bus, but it was fine because Ronick was in the back of it and he was just telling story after
There
story
you go.
after story.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't want someone so famous, like a Leo, for instance.
That's a good point.
That like everybody in the club, it's like everybody's
Yeah.
trying to get to your table, take pictures.
Yeah.
I want someone just famous enough that has enough money to like cover a dinner or something, you know?
Yeah, he'll pick
And-
up a tab too.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll pick up a tab, but he's not going to be bombarded because he's not like this A-lister.
He'll
so to
know
speak.
what wine to pick. Having a guy
Stuff
who
like
knows
that,
his
yes.
stuff about wine.
Yes.
Just a wily veteran.
Ooh, I almost deleted the whole. But yeah, I think someone like Ronick, specifically Ronick, because of that one couple-hour drive from South Bend to Chicago with him, would be perfect. But
Yeah,
not,
great stories.
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got all the MJ stories, obviously his pro career stories.
He's for sure going to be able to get you into restaurants.
Exactly. He's
Yeah.
going
And
to know
bars
anybody.
that you
Connect.
probably
Right.
would otherwise not be
Right.
able to get
He's going to
into.
know people anyways, but he's not going to come with that just over extra fanfare around him, you know?
Well, I don't know about that. I feel like he's. How recognizable do you think he
I
is?
know.
out
I mean,
in
he would
public?
be
'Cause-
recognized.
I
but
think the perfect amount.
the
Yeah,
perfect
okay,
amount,
all right,
exactly.
yeah.
Not,
'Cause he
too
was
much.
the
like
Leo comparison was excellent.
Right.
I mean, it's nice because all of a sudden you're getting all that attention, but then probably half a day into it, you're like, this is bad news. We got the
Yeah.
paparazzi out front.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm burying my head in hoop. I
Yeah.
don't need the paparazzi. snapping
Right.
pics, right?
right.
That's my favorite saying of yours.
I know. I can tell.
I know.
Let's say it 10 more times.
Yeah, I know.
over.
If I can, I fucking will
Okay,
stuff it
all
right
right,
in. Believe me,
Hoop
Biz.
eater. You hoop eater, you.
I love it. All right.
You're gonna be at Chez Paris eating fundraising.
Give me
like
all
you're
the fucking hoop,
Yeah,
Biz.
the tightest hoop you've ever seen at those places, buddy.
I think that was 10. I think we hit
yeah,
it. I think we hit
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Yeah. The hoop boys. JR off the board, Chief.
Great pick. All right, so I'll go famous person too, and I hate the pick now because of everything you just said, but I like Ryan Reynolds for this pick. I feel like he's like
Whoa.
an unassuming,
Holy
super
fuck.
rich guy.
Bro, you're dealing with probably top
Don't take
20
the
famous
Montreal.
guys on the planet right now. No, maybe I'm over exaggerating.
But I feel like
He's very, very famous.
I think
yes.
he's very
He's fucking huge right now.
Yeah, he's a fucking
you don't think
mega
if he
star.
puts
Might as well
hat
get The
on?
Rock on your fucking bachelor party, and then you guys got to
He's
pump
not
iron
that
every
big.
morning.
But I think
Yeah,
he's like,
fucking-
I get the vibe that he's just more chill. Like he's just
He
kind
does seem like a good dude.
Like, and he would kind of just sit there and like have little funny jokes and not like, and I don't know dick about Ryan Reynolds, but I just feel like he's in the news selling companies for $1 billion left and right.
Yeah.
So he's picking up the tab,
For sure.
getting you into
Yeah.
places. And
He
I
might
do
even
feel like,
PJ the boys there.
yeah, true.
Yeah, I might get the
He
PJ.
should.
out.
That would
Okay.
be nice. And I
That's
also
nice.
feel like, and maybe you guys are acting like I'm way off on this. I feel like he kind of has like the hockey guy, like face. He just kind of looks like a regular white guy. So I feel like he could just pull
Oh
his
yeah,
hat,
he's
pull his
definitely
hat
seen
down and
dresses normal.
Yeah.
He's just like not like a crazy famous person where he's just a
Yeah.
normal Canuck.
I
Well,
know.
and I
yeah.
feel like if
Canadian.
you were walking down, you'd be like, "Wait, was that Ryan Reynolds?"
Can I say this?
Yeah.
He seems like he goes home early.
You think so? Why? Because of Blake Lively?
Yeah, he just seems like, hey boys,
Hey,
I've had a night.
that's not
10 p.m. I'll
That's
see you
not the
later.
worst thing. He's the guy who goes home early because he's a responsible father and he's able to keep this machine running. Therefore, hey, but by the way, he's gone, but he covered the tab.
Yeah, that's nice,
It's
but
like
also he seems
Irish
like a
goodbye,
guy.
covering the tab, going home to FaceTime the
also-
old lady. So wholesome. He's gonna be the first guy in the steam room the next day. Hey, what happened last
Yeah.
night, boys?
True.
I also feel like that's like a kind of a power move too, like an ultimate good guy power move, where like he leaves and it's like you go to pay and it's like, hey, it's taken care of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
love that
and
move.
his secretary or whoever books all this shit probably booked all the dopest shit you guys
Yeah.
could ever think of.
But he seems like such a good, likable guy that he'll be one of those guys when he goes home. It's like, no, man, I just want to hang out with you longer. You know, like
Yeah,
those guys
yeah.
where it's like, fuck,
Yeah.
I wish he was just more of a.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just poking holes.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean,
all-
there are holes to poke there for
And
sure.
he wants him snorting lines
Yeah.
in the bathroom, but then wouldn't even be in there doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be like, "Oh, I want to partying later."
Yeah.
It's like, why?
All right, fifth round. Nobody's
Let
took
him go
their
to
song.
sleep.
Yeah, everyone waited till the fifth round to take their song. So Chief, lead
Me?
us off. Yeah.
I'll go throw one out for my guy Rico. I'll take Levels. I feel like that's like the club one. It's like I'm not a club guy, but that's the song that kind of still you feel that beat in your chest a little bit, gets you hyped up. It's from like what 10, 15 years ago now. So it's a little bit of a nostalgia play too, and like everybody our age that's getting married, like you kind of want to remember like those old times, and those kind of songs snap you back in. So I'll as a guy who will go to a club like against his will on a bachelor party, if I hear that song, I'll feel good.
Some of the most jacked up nights of your life when you were going out were started with Levels
With that
Yeah.
song,
on
yeah.
the boombox. So
Yep.
it's really hard to argue. And I imagine it would still have that effect on me, especially if you're back with all those guys.
Yeah.
You originally had those amazing memories with.
Yeah, like every good story ever started with, oh, dude, we started in the fucking basement. Level started playing. I got blackout drunk. Fucking
Yeah, exactly.
A chick might be pregnant. Like, it does start off pretty much every good story.
Yeah,
You don't like it?
No, I love Levels.
Okay.
Levels
All right.
awesome. And this is also like a category where I didn't know where it was going to go either.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
I'm interested to hear what Dave goes with it, but I think Levels is great. It gets
Yeah.
the boys going. You're there to, you know.
I don't think it's a very long song either.
Yeah.
It's not a.
I couldn't
It's not
tell
a
you.
stairway to heaven. Is
Yeah.
it? It's not over 4 minutes. Check
No,
the
it's
time
got to
on it.
be I'll look it up.
It might even be
I'll
a
pull it
late 2 minutes in change, which is nice. It's a good length to get the boys fired up. You don't want
Yeah.
it dragging on too long.
That's good. You could put my shit's froze. How long is it?
Oh, if it was pricing right, you'd be having a hard time.
Is it extended version?
It just says Levels of Ichi 539.
Oh my
Ooh.
god,
Yeah, but I feel
I
like
wouldn't
maybe the
have
DJ
guessed
that might be the
cut it
extended
early.
version.
Doesn't say extended, but maybe.
That's the Dead House Deep Nine SpaceX
Yeah.
version.
White Sox.
You got to
Dave.
pop a cap to finish it.
Oh, I guess we're all going songs for the last round.
Yep.
But I'm just going with the very first song that popped in my head when I thought Bachelor Party, and I'm going with Usher, Yeah. It was, for whatever reason, I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, I'm in Vegas. What's the first song I hear? And that was the song that popped in my head. I don't know why.
2006
Probably,
parties.
yeah,
two
probably.
college parties.
Yeah, there's the nostalgia play to
Yeah.
what you said with your pick.
I was definitely
It's-
taking a song from the early 2000s or mid.
It's I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
what I thought of.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's it.
Will you like this one, Biz?
Usher, I mean, in that type of setting, he just doesn't do it for me.
This song is different, though. It's not like, Let It Burn.
I think he's heard the song.
No,
probably.
okay, so I'm definitely happy you went with a more upbeat one.
Yeah. You got that ludicrous verse.
I think there would
Sick.
be better Usher songs you could even play to get your juices going than that one.
Yeah, I mean, I know which one I think you're talking about, but I would agree. But yeah, it's a great song in general, and I don't even hate it. I'm just surprised. I like knowing you. I didn't. See
What
it
did you
coming.
think I was gonna go with?
I thought you were for sure going with some like '80s Thunderstruck type deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
no.
for sure.
Come and get
All right.
your
It's definitely a
love.
curvedball.
It's a
I'll
curve.
give you
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I didn't
Can
see
you
that
can you give
coming.
us a little snippet of it? I just want to hear the start of it because I may change my mind. You got to hear
I don't
it.
know what the laws are about
I
this.
think
but
you got like
No,
10
we
seconds.
can we can enjoy it. The fans at home, if they really
okay,
want
all
to
right.
enjoy it, they can go listen to
You,
Usher the start
you
of the
know
song
exactly
and come
what's,
back.
You'll know. Have you ever been to a club before? They still play it every night.
He's vibing. He's vibing.
There we go. Put him in that Montreal strip club.
Yeah.
Shuri's.
And
I
here
st- I
comes Electra.
It's just a curveball. I'm not going to be too critical of it because it is a banger and
Yeah.
Lil Jon's in it, but
Yeah.
Yep.
wouldn't be my first choice.
All right, to me, same thing. I'm sticking in the same genre. We didn't really get into it a ton. You talked a little bit about in Montreal, but strip clubs are such a big part of bachelor parties, and I'm in love with a stripper has a place. It does. There's always someone who gets a little too in love. Maybe he's humming it the whole way home. You're in
She
the
was
back or
flirting with
whatever.
me.
Yeah,
She was
exactly.
flirting with
She
me.
liked me.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
How much
Yeah.
money did you give her?
I
you
swear to God,
fucking idiot?
innocence loved me. Like, I got her number. Like, we're gonna settle down, and it's like, and he's just humming. I'm in love with the stripper. So I think that definitely has a seat at the bachelor party.
And can
draft.
add some comedic relief
Yeah.
for a situation that may indeed happen.
Yeah.
Probably 50% of the time, there's always one guy talking about the one that got away, the one that got away.
I like the idea of like people
Shaniqua.
like in the group like singing it about the guy to his face. Like you're singing on the the stripper just to give him shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the guy, Eddie, who falls in love, like gets a little emotional and tummy sticky with the one stripper?
No. I don't mind going because usually they stay open later and it just keeps the party going, and it's fun.
I'll
I
say
don't-
this.
I don't know.
Oh, we can save it for honorable mentions. Never mind.
Okay.
God.
What's the most you've ever spent in one sitting? Like
Yeah, he used to be
ever had a Morant moment?
He used to be a DJ at a
DJ
strip
at a strip
club.
club.
Yeah, I DJ'd for 1 week.
at a strip club. What
sure.
town was that?
That's crazy that we both had small
Yeah.
stints
Yes.
in the workplace of strip clubs.
DeSoto, Illinois. Like, your voice just changes and it goes like this. Coming to the stage is innocence.
Why only 1 week?
I had to go home. I had to get my wisdom teeth out. Never went back. Swear to God. Yeah, it was tough, dude.
Couldn't hack it.
No, I could. Yeah,
Would
exactly.
the strippers tip you out?
Yeah, that's how it works. So, like, there's a weird block too, because you'd have to go like kind of shag the money from them sometimes, or like I'd have to go like, hey, Brooklyn's not here. Get down to the dressing room. And like literally, I from my view from the DJ booth, I see them strip and get naked the whole night. But there's still a weird divide when I got to go in the dressing room. You know what I mean? I'm like, could I go in there?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're all
yeah.
naked and it's like, oh fuck, like I just
Yeah.
But there's still a weird like mental block.
Yeah.
So I'm like going in there. Hey, you owe
Very
me-
respectful guy.
yeah, you owe me $12. Like, I don't mean it was each stripper to give me $12, then like whatever they want to.
12 for the 3 songs?
No. At the end of the night, dude.
Oh wow!
Yes.
So how many run throughs would each girl have of the 3 songs? Usually it's a 3-song set, correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it varies. Sometimes 2, 3, but it would. I mean, if I started the shift at 8 and the place closed at 2, I mean, I don't know the math on that, but usually 5 girls a night, whatever. So it wasn't like
Yeah. For
great.
$60.
But yeah, exactly. It was a nice.
That's not a great rotation. 5 girls rotating.
On like weeknights. Yeah, and this was a college town.
how
DeSoto.
was it? Just not
No,
good?
one time they asked me to drive them home, and that was like a self-reflection moment. I had my Honda Accord, and I'm just driving down this dark road, and there's just like 3
said
strippers in
yes?
the back. Well, I mean, like it was not. I'm a courteous guy. I'm not
Yeah.
like
That could have been a murder
Yeah.
moment. You could have been done. Get
Yeah,
whacked.
dude.
That would have been a good way to go, though.
Yeah, for real. It was a wild week.
Were you in love with the stripper if you're giving them rides home?
No.
Not at all?
It was just like, hey, you're going that way, and like, and she had like a beer. I'm like, hey, like, you mind tossing out? The cops are pretty strict. She's like, yeah. I look back there, she's just fucking guzzling it. Then I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Like, everything's straight, you know. So yeah, it was an experience. Biz, last pick.
Song. The Eagles, 7 Bridges Road.
That's
Live.
a curveball.
Live. Because I envision that. No, I'm serious. I'm gonna play it for you guys. I just, I kind of think like in my head like this trip would be movie like that first night before you end up going out and everybody in the hotel room together and just singing with your boys in harmony. I gotta pull it up here. My phone's off. But
That's all right.
just such a good tune. It's live, so you get that energy from it. It's got to be loud.
I got it.
I don't even know the words, but it is just it hits me right in the feels.
Yeah, the live version has to
Have
be
you
live.
You know what song I'm talking
don't.
about?
I need to hear. If I hear it, I'm sure I'll know it. But I need to hear it.
You got it?
Yeah.
I need a little sample. Is it live though?
Think about a mic, the lights in the room dimming, and a mic comes down, and all the boys are just there singing in harmony. This fucking track. Put that song on, 7 Bridges Road by the Eagles, the live version, and crank it up and tell me that if on the Friday night when everybody's all horned up to go out, first night of the bachelor party, and you're in a hotel room and you turn that fucker up full blast, if that ain't firing you up to go out with the boys. Tell me.
It's a little serotonin hit.
I don't
think
think you have a pulse if you say no. That doesn't get you going. If you want to put "Yeah" on by Usher, by all means, do it. Yeah. But,
Can I change my pick?
No.
yeah, I want. What would you pick?
Well, it's
I would go,
Honorable mention now.
on this note, I would go with Renegade by Styx.
I know you feel insecure about the Usher pick, but hey, I think you should.
It's
stick
not
with
that
him.
I feel insecure about it. It's the first song that popped in my head, like I said. But I wish I would have picked this song.
Where are we going out
Styx.
tonight now?
Yeah. Exactly.
Old Town, or Barstool Old Town.
All right.
I am so
Whatever
curious to
song.
see who
Scottsdale.
wins this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see, dude.
It's the first 4-man one we've done in a long
Were you
Yeah.
guys happy with my answers?
Oh, I love
Do
it.
you think
Yeah.
I brought the heat?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
this is like I said, we were like planning out our like content we're gonna do when we get here, and we're like, honestly, if we can go out there and do a snake draft with Biz, I'd probably be happy with
Wow,
that.
I feel
Yeah,
honored.
worth it.
For real.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I just know your schedule's tight, and obviously these are better in person. So like,
Well, hey, don't get me in trouble. I don't know if I said anything that
No,
stupid. I just wanted to be
no.
authentic about what I wanted to plan for a bachelor party.
Yep.
yeah, no, it's good. You gotta. Here's where we do some ones that didn't get drafted. You got any honorable mentions? Anything like you that was on your list that you didn't say?
Destination, but I haven't been there. I heard Mexico City is just a place.
Oh, really?
And
Never
once
been.
again, a place that you can go get lost. You might need to hire security guards to buzz you around town. I don't know what the cartel situation is there. I heard it's fairly safe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Mexico City would be destination. That would
Yeah.
be
That's an
a
interesting one.
switch.
That's good. You guys got any more destinations?
Charleston's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Charleston's
Austin.
good. Same like
Chicago, honestly, even though we wouldn't have one
Yeah.
in Chicago.
I
But
might. I'm not like
Huge.
I would think I would feel guilty
no,
being
no,
like
no, no,
everybody
no, no,
fly.
No,
You're doing Vegas. So we
Yeah.
all-
No. We don't have to do Vegas.
You're
not
going
having
somewhere?
a Bachelor party in Chicago.
Yeah.
I got some activities here. Obviously, golf is a big one. I
Yeah.
don't like
I
it
don't
though.
give a shit.
I think it.
That's a long commitment.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
For-
drains
yeah.
people too.
6-hour commitment.
Yeah,
you,
I'm not-
you better have itinerary guy baking a nap after 18.
That should be something optional. If you want to do that at 8 a.m., by all
Yeah.
means,
Yeah.
go do it.
Like
I'm gonna
I
be
would
sitting
never
at the
pick
craft
it
stable.
because it just drains people's batteries too.
It's being in the
does.
sun like that.
Yeah, obviously strip club, day party, those are pretty fun.
Yep.
You know,
I much prefer the day clubs than the nightclubs.
the nightclubs,
Definitely.
okay. The cabanas.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it anymore. I'm pretty sure it's gone. Is the Hard Rock still in Vegas?
Yeah, they have that.
The Rehab. It's called.
Rehab pool party. It's a little old and outdated.
Is it? I
I've
went
been
the
to it
first
in its
time-
prime. It was all right.
They closed it.
2013 I heard they
Rehab's
closed it.
closed.
I
It
remember-
was fucking so awesome.
You know what's a good one? Marquee. Because it ain't too big. It's very boutique-y. It's nice. Marquee Day Club. And then if you got the big group of guys, you can get the cabanas that have the little hot tub pool. And then,
Is that Win?
no,
Marquee? No, Marquee's
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
Cosmo's Marquee.
Yeah.
Dream guest, anyone? I had
I had a
Charles.
hard time with this.
I had Charles
category.
Barkley.
He was on my
He'd
list.
be
too,
a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was my dream guest for my Thanksgiving dinner. because I think his commentary and like, manning the table's better.
Yeah, he
Like
was
it-
born to be a dream guest at a Thanksgiving dinner.
Exactly. And then
Making extra turkey.
I had Rodman, just for the chaos.
He's a little
I
too
feel
much
it's
out
too
there
much.
for- yeah.
It's too much.
He would turn into to the worst guy.
Yeah.
The worst guy.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
all of a sudden it all becomes about him, and he's just an absolute train
Well-
wreck. Loses his wallet, his passport, can't get home.
That's like
Starting fights with other guys in the bachelor party.
the fight guy.
Yeah.
The fight guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
guy,
that's
yeah.
like that's sneaky the worst guy. The guy who
Yeah.
just like he's too loud. He's bumping into people.
Doesn't have any cash, so he's cleaning you out for his drugs.
Exactly.
The one guy that I can't stand. I really don't like strip clubs. I think they're a waste of fucking money. Go get laid. You can watch porn. You can like strip clubs to me just don't do it. I don't.
Okay.
I would just sub that out for the gambling. You guys talk
The
about
guy that's just constantly when the stripper's gonna be here. When the strippers. Oh, let's go to the strip club.
Well, that
It's
guy
like,
needs
dude,
to fucking tug one out and
seriously,
relax.
seriously. It's like if
That
you
one,
want to go to
that
the
guy
strip
needs to
club,
put one in his belly button and
Yeah.
chill the hell out.
seriously,
Or just
hit the back of the apple
Get him
sign,
an
man.
OnlyFans gift card so
Yeah.
you can go fucking tug one off. Jesus Christ. If you're like, where's Rivers? Where's Rivers?
Yeah.
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
Put one in his belly button.
We get him an Uber there and send him by himself. There you go, buddy.
Strippers guy's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude.
I feel like the same. Like that guy is also like, there's no chicks here.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah,
guy,
where's
like,
the chicks at? Where's the chicks at? Where's the chicks at? Where's the
Yeah,
chicks
that's
at?
I had
No
that
chicks.
the guy that
I
can't
kind of
handle-
love the
yeah.
guy who goes to the peelers and like he doesn't leave the entire trip. he bought a Toyota Camry at the strip club. That's how many lappers he's got. It's like holy shit. He makes $100,000 a year. He drops $18,000.
Yeah.
You're like what the hell?
Could have got a Dodge Dart. man.
Yeah.
I hate
He's
the
got
guy.
a nickname. He's got a nickname there.
At the club.
Yeah. He's got a picture on the wall. They do a mural of him.
They hung his remember James Harden? They said they hung his.
What do you mean
jersey
you're out
in
of
the-
chicken fingers? What do you mean you're out of chicken fingers? That guy ordered 100 batches of them. He was just trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had the guy that like wakes up to work out. Fuck that guy.
Oh, I don't. Hey, see, here's where I disagree. I can't do it. I simply can't bring myself to do it. But I respect the guy who
Fuck
can
those guys on a bachelor party.
That's
no.
a pro.
Buddy, if
dog.
you
Yeah.
didn't have enough fun if you're waking up to go hit the treadmill.
Dude, some people are wired that way. Though.
Hey, you know who's wired that way? Chris Chelios.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Chris Chelios,
Dude, he's-
he would play a whole game. He'd play 25 minutes. He'd have his suit on. He'd be out of the rink in no time, bellied up at a bar somewhere.
The
like when
Lodge.
he was playing in Montreal. He'd drink a case of beer, maybe more. Probably get home at 3 a.m. Be the first guy at the rink the next day, riding the bike in the sauna.
And he played
At
for
8
24
a.m.,
years.
Sweating it
Yeah.
out before
Forever, yeah.
practice. You'd never know that you would have thought the guy was in bed at 10:30.
Wow.
He-
It
he's
was
a
nuts.
machine.
So I
Yeah.
really respect they're just getting it out of their body and they're getting back in that pot. They're not just sitting there loathing in it.
Have you seen him
Yeah.
lately?
He still looks.
He
on-
looks
and He looks
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
That
incredible.
nice tan Greek
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah,
Hot dude.
Yeah.
he looks awesome.
Um,
So but I get where you're coming from.
I'm talking. There are the exceptions to the rules. Obviously, guys like him can just do it. But like for me, if I'm getting up to run, that means I did nothing the night before. I was in bed at 10:30. You know.
You're right.
or
And-
you're a sick freak getting testosterone shots in your ass.
Yeah.
Just to keep up with the race.
All of us aren't that though. Like if you got and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go hit the gym for an hour, and I'm like,
Nope.
no, you're not. You are going to the fucking crap stable with me right now. Shut the fuck up about the gym.
I mean, if he's taking his multivitamin pack at the dinner, then maybe you can get a chirp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But boys, that was a good time. Appreciate
Yeah.
you guys
Oh
having
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Biz.
That's it.
Appreciate it.
That was
man.
great.
Love you guys.
All right,
that was
everybody.
fun.
That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.